Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Benita and I'm so happy to have you joining me today. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be going over my complete book collection. When I started my YouTube channel just under 2 years ago, I literally had about 15 books in my entire physical book collection. I was a heavy like Kindle reader, but since I started my channel and since I got into this book world, book community, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've just been consumed by owning physical books and having like a nice collection here, and I'm so happy with the collection I have so far. So I thought we can go over all the 200 plus books I have in my collection. I've never done this before. I've done a few like arranging my bookshelf, like showing you my bookshelf, but I've actually never talked through my entire book collection. I buy books here and there. I don't do like massive book hauls anymore because I pick up my books radically, but I've picked up a few books over the last couple of weeks, and I've also unhauled a few books as well. So I'm really quite happy with my collection so far. A lot of these books here, especially the ones I've read, are the books like I think I love them and I want to keep them. I have my favorite books I don't think I'll ever get rid of. They're just going to stay in my collection forever. And then I've managed to unhaul some books that I didn't really enjoy. There's no point keeping them, so I'm just going to like send them to like more loving homes. And last time I counted, I have over 200 books, and I'm not going to talk to you guys about every single book. We will be here for hours. I'm just showing you my books basically. Right, so where I keep my books, I actually keep my book in the same place. If you're following me for a while, watch all my previous video, you're very familiar with this bookshelf behind me, which houses majority of my books right now are on this bookshelf. And I also have a TBR card, which I recently bought this year as well, which also is basically full and it's always full. I've not gone through every single books on here. And I've also made a pact with myself, which I have to tell you guys because you guys can hold me accountable. So as I'm not going to buy any more new books for the next 6 months. So my next book purchase, except I get it as a present, but for me buying any book, is going to be May 2026. So this book collection is probably going to stay this way for the next 6 months at least. I've also got some basket, like a few basket here, which I'm going to show you guys. Little like plastic basket things. I've got two. Basically, I only stack books like because right now I'm filming a reading vlog for you guys, and the books I'm planning to read on our reading vlogs, on the next few reading vlogs, are on here. So the other one for books that I didn't enjoy and I want to get rid of them, they're on here. So let's start with the bottom shelf here because this actually houses all my fantasy book. Okay, so right here we have Poppy War by R.F. Kwan, which is a recent purchase. I haven't read this yet. This book is going to be read before the end of this year. I've been talking about this series, I think, the entire year. Since I read Yellowface, I've been obsessed with reading this series. And then I have the Six of Crows duology. Also need to read these books. These are like the OG fantasy books, like for BookTube fantasy books. I've never read them, but I picked them up recently as well. I can't wait to dive into them. Lightlark series by Alex Astor. So I've got the first 3 books in here because I think those are the only books that have been published. I think there's going to be 5 books in the series in total. I am not sure if I'm going to continue with Lightlark series because I did enjoy the first book and the second book. So I enjoyed the first book the most. The second book was alright. The third book was just very confusing. So I think I'm going to hold off on reading this entire series until it's completed, so that then if I read it and I enjoy it, I keep this. If I don't, I'll get rid of them. Metal Slinker, which I've also read. I'm so thankful this book is a duology, and I'm going to reserve my thoughts on this book until I've read the next book, which is Light World or something, that comes out next year. Because this book, I need to understand if I enjoyed it because it was a good book or because of the massive like plot twist at the end of this. The cliffhanger, if I think about it deeply, I don't know, because it does not make sense with the entire story. It was nice shock value at the end, but I'm not sure if it was just added because she wanted to give us a shock value, or it was an afterthought, or maybe this was our entire idea from the start of the book, because it doesn't make sense. So I'm hoping that by the time we read Light Wilder, maybe this will make more sense. So again, I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I finish reading that duology. I have my babies, the God and Monster series by V. Nicole, which I read with you guys on the 25 reading challenge. This is my baby. I am obsessed with this. It's a God tier series for me, and the thing is going to be 7 books in the series in total. We have 3. The 4th one comes out, I think, either this month or next month. I'm really sure. I'll put the dates over here, and I cannot wait to read that book. I love this 5-star God tier series. And then I have the Imperial series, which is 4th Wing and Iron Flames. Again, I obsessed with this. This is a 5-star series for me now. I have read Onyx Storm, but I don't own Onyx Storm. I'm waiting for that to be published as a paperback, and then I'll add it to my collection. Then we have my babies, which are the Throne of Glass series. By the time you watch this video, I think you're on part 2 now, so you've still got 2 more parts of the reading vlogs to go. But I'm going to reserve my judgment for that. But obsessed. And then we have the Akatar series, also by Sarah J. Maas. So this is an incomplete series. We're getting book 6, I'm hoping soon, maybe next year or the year after. I'm hoping next year, to be fair. This series is incomplete, but for Rhysand and Feyre's story, I think it's completed. Because the first 3 books, these 3, I think it's Feyre and Rhysand's story, and I think that's kind of finished. Because the next few books, obviously this Court of Frost Starlight is the novella, like a Christmas novella. A Court of Silver Flames is basically a different couple, so I feel like the next few books we're expecting are for other couples within the the found family situation that's going on. So it's still an incomplete series, but I guess for Feyre and Rhysand the story is complete, I think, anyway. So then I have Powerful by Lauren Roberts. I had Powerless and Reckless on my collection. I basically sold those 2 books now because I didn't really enjoy the series, and after reading Fearless I just thought this is not a series for me. But I did love Powerful. This is one of my favorite books in the series because this book basically is about a different character and a different couple, and I think it does help to have I've read Powerless before you can enjoy this book. Because I've read Powerless, I don't mind keeping this because I really enjoyed this. This was such a good read. I think I'm going to do a reread just to be sure I still love it before I get rid of it, but I love it, so I'm keeping it. And then we have Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. I'm missing one book anyway in collection. I love this this covers, these editions. I think they're exclusive to Waterstones, and I love them, and I remember really enjoying this series. So for now I'm keeping them because I remember like enjoying them. Harry Potter series. So this is temporarily here. I'm going to be getting rid of this because I just purchased a limited edition of the Harry Potter series, the complete box set of them. Because right now this is not complete. I'm missing like the last book in the series. They are quite used. They are literally, they're loved. They're thoroughly loved and enjoyed, but I'm not sure I want to donate it to charity because they are so battered. I don't want to sell them because I don't think anyone is going to be interested in them, but they are going. No matter where they go, either I sell them or donate them, whatever I do with them, they're going because I'm getting my limited edition that's coming soon. Yeah, so that is my fantasy shelf. This section here is basically like miscellaneous. I have Silent Patient, which I'm on hauling as well, and then I have the Thursday Murder Club, which I love. I need to complete the series. We have Good Girl, Bad Blood by Ollie Jackson. This is also going because I only have one of the books and I have the complete series on my keyboard, so there's no point keeping it. Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I love this book and I love the entire series. Ali Hazelwood's love hypothesis. So this is on its own because this book and Bride, I think, is the only books I've read by Ali Hazelwood so far. I have an entire catalogue on my TBR card which I need to read. So this is why this is on its own here. And then we have Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, Get Her Life, Chloe Brown. This is another incomplete series I need to read. I think I've got the next 2 books on my TBR card as well. And then this section here is basically like my Christmas section. I've got Wreck the Halls, Christmas Tree Farm, Things We Never Got Over, and The Christmas Fix. This section here, guys, this is my favorite author section. Every single book on the shelf, this side of the shelf, they're all my 5-star reads. 5-star Billionaire Romance, my favorite series of all time. I've got the This Man series by Jodie Ellie Marpers, amazing. It's a 3-book series. Billionaire Romance set in London, amazing. When I started my reading journey again as an adult, I read the 50 Shades of Grey series, which I really enjoyed. And after I read that, and that was my first ever like millionaire romance that I've ever read in my life. And I was like, this was like back in 2013, I think. And when I finished that, I wanted to read other books like that. The next book I read like that was the This Man series. And at that point, I think only the first book in the series was released, This Man, and I ate that book. I think that year I read the first book. That was the one that was released like 10 times. I was so obsessed with it. So obviously over the next couple of years, the entire series is complete now. But that is my goal there. And after that, I then read the Crossfire series by Silver Day, another amazing millionaire Billionaire series. Basically, I love that, and I think these books are much better than 50 Shades of Grey. Let's be honest. I am building my Kristen Ashley collection, like physical book collection. I want to own every single book she's ever published. I'm on a mission to buy them. They are not like the covers I want, and the ones I want are mostly available in the US. The UK, the only place I can get them in the UK, I think, apart from her website obviously, is on Amazon, and they are not like cheap. If I buy the entire collection, I'm looking at a couple of grand, so I'm trying to build them up slowly. I'm looking on Vinted. I actually just purchased a complete like series set from Vinted a couple of days ago, so I've completed one series, but a lot of the series I own are incomplete. For example, like the Dream Team series by Kristen Ashley, I'm one book short of that, so I'm almost completed that. I have Lady Luck from the Colorado Mountain series, Ride Steady from the Chaos series, Fire Inside from the Chaos series. I have Wild Man and Motorcycle Man from the Dream Man series. So I'm 2 books short to complete that series. I need to get Mystery Man and Low Man, and then I also have some more books by Kristen Ashley. I have Bounty, which is also from the Colorado Mountain series. I think that series is like 7 books in total, so I am missing like 5 books to complete that. And then I have Fighting the Pool, which is the only book I own from the River Rain series. I have all the novellas now. So I've got Wildfire here, Rock Chick Awakening, which is Daisy's story, which is amazing. And then I have Quiet Man, also is a Dream Man novella. And then I have this Sharing the Miracle, which is a Christmas novella from the River Rain series as well. And then I have my favorite of all time, my favorite ever, 6-star dark romance, which is Twist Me by Anna Zaras. I haven't read this book in like 3 years. I think since I started this channel, I've not read this book. I was gonna say this was my first ever dark romance read, but I don't think it is. This is definitely not. My first ever dark romance read was the Capture Me series by C.J. Roberts. It's quite old. It's like I read this like in like 2012 or something. It's a duology, and that is dark. I was like, what am I reading? Like, I was a bit shocked, but I hate the entire thing up. I loved it so much. Actually, maybe no. And then I think I read the Consequence series as well, which I actually own some of them over there, but definitely 6-star amazing like dark romance series. I have my little Baymax here. So up here we have my contemporary romance section. Here we have my Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I've got One True Love, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Eagle, Malibu Rising, Daisy Jones and the Six, and somewhere there you've got like Carrie Source's Back, and then you have like Conditional Will by Jessa Hastings, Only for a Week by Natasha Bishop, another amazing romance. And then I have Tiebreaker by P. Danjaninko, and then I have an Incomplete Consequence series. That's another amazing dark romance series / Billionaire series. That is sensational. That book, when I read it, fucked up my brain chemistry, because then I was still pretty new to dark romance, and I don't know if it was being in dark romance or just the book. Even till today, when I think about that book, I'm like, whoa, I need to reread that. That is amazing. That series, I think it's actually and it's also a debut, I think, books. And I don't think she's ever done anything as good as that. Oh my god. Oof, amazing. And then here we have all my Emily Henry books. I think I have every single book that she's ever published now. I've got Funny Story, People Who Meet on Vacation, Book Lover, Beach Read, and Happy People. Then we have The Wedding People, The 7 Days in June, have The Paradise Problem, and then I have my Elsie Silver section. So I have Incomplete Chestnut Spring series. I've got Reckless, Atlas, and Flawless, and then I have the Rose Hill series here, Wild Love, Wild and Wild Side. I have Wild Card ready to read next on there, my little basket down there, and then I have Photo Finish by Elsie Silver, and the rest of the books in the series are on my TBR because I've not finished the series yet. And then I have my Anna Wong section over here, King of Sin series. I have every single one of them apart from King of Greed is the one I'm missing. And then I have the Twisted Games, because I've read them. The other books in the series I haven't read them. I don't have Twisted Love, I have Twisted Hate and Twisted, I don't know what that one is called. I have them on my TBR card. And then I have some miscellaneous books here. Bridgerton, And then I have the Crazy Rich Asians, which I loved. That was amazing. Up here we have more of my contemporary romance, my Anna Gray section, which has Icebreaker and Daydream. Wildfire is still unread and is on my TBR card. Then I have my Abby Menace section, so I've got Just for the Summer, Part of Your World, and Say You Remember Me. And then Magnolia Park series. And then here, which has some of my favorite books as well, I have Arranged. That is an amazing fake dating arranged marriage through book. Amazing. I've got Sugar Baby by JJ McAvoy, another amazing author. I have Thrust into Love, which is like a Christmas novel. I think I read it with you guys last Christmas. And then I have the Princess Bride. That is my bookshelf. Now we're going to move on to my TBR card. Okay, now we are moving on to my TBR card right here. Let's start with the top shelf. So I have 2 books on here that are on my TBR card, but I've already read them, and they're my special edition copy of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I love them with the sprayed edges. And then Quicksilver. These are recent. Well, this is not recent. I got this like in February, and this is a recent buy from me. They don't fit on my bookshelf at the moment, which is why they're sat on the TBR card. I need to figure out how I'm going to display them, so they're going to be sat here for the time being. Biden 13 by Chloe Walsh. Got The Crimson City by Sarah J Maas. I've got House of Hearth and Blood, House of Sky and Breath. I need to pick up the 3rd book in the series, which has now been released as a paperback, so I can add off my collection. This is another book I'm probably going to read before the end of the year. Tomorrow. The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. This is the only books I've got left in the Hunger Games series. God of Fury by Rena Kent. I don't know what number it is, but it's part of the Legacy of God series or something. Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is a tearjerker, I know it for a fact, just by the blurb, so I've been putting it off as well because I'm just not in the mood to read a book that's going to make me like cry and weep and stuff. Okay, so here I have, is a new purchase for me. It's by Kennedy Ryan. I love Kennedy Ryan. I've only read the Skyland series by her and I really enjoyed that series. This is another series that I found, all the Kingsmen series. So there's 3 books in the series. I have book 1 and book 2, The Kingmaker and The Rebel King. I can't wait to read this. I feel this might be like a mafia kind of thing. I'm not sure. I think it's a little bit darker than what she's used to. I'm so excited to read that. The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. Wildfire and by Anna Grace. The books by S.A. Cosby, which I know I need to read them. Razor Blade Fears and Black Top Wasteland. The next 2 books I need to read in the Twisted series. I've got Twisted Lies and Twisted Hate. And here I've got the rest of the Ali Hazelwood books I need to read. So I've got Love Theoretically, Check and Mate, and Love on the Brain. A False Star and The Front Runner by Elsa Silva, which is the next 2 books I need to read in the Gold Ranch series, I think it's called. But Standalone Trilogy by Tessa Bailey, which I can't wait to read this. I feel like I need to pick this up soon because I think it's like a nice easy read. Hermaphrodite and the Duke by JJ McAvoy. I do have the 2nd book in that series, which is Verity and the Forbidden Suitor. The Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. What Alice Forgot. Normal People. Good Material. The Naturals. Conversations with Friend. Songs of Achilles. We have more Tessa Bailey books. This is the standalone series that follows a family. I don't know what the series is called. Too Hard to Forget, Too Beautiful to Break, Too Old to Undo, and Too Wild to Tame. Got His Only Wife. Revenge Wears Prada, which I don't think I'm going to read because after my experience with Devil Wears Prada, I don't think I want to reread this. And then we have Fixer Upper, which is this prequel to the Christmas Fix, Chinese Rich Girlfriend, which is the next book to the Crazy Rich Asians. I've got the Lido, which I've always picked up. I've not read them as well. Done and Dusted by Lida Sage. A crime that I haven't read this. The Edge of Never. The Family Upstairs. Eleanor Offrance is completely fine. I'm probably going to read this soon because I think my book club is currently voting right now and I'm hoping this book wins so I can read that. The Davenports, which I can't wait to read. This amazing. It's like a period piece that follows a affluent black family. Too Late by Colin Hoover. Ugly Love by Colin Hoover. The Couple Next Door. Memoirs of a Geisha. Apples Never Fall. Where the Crawdads Live. The Beast of Prey. How to Kill Men and Get Away with It. Girls of Faith and Fury. The Joys of Being Selfish. the Shellfish Romantic. That is my entire book collection. Actually, no, it's not entirely. I can show you guys the little basket of books that I am vlogging with or reading currently. So I've got Wildfire by Elsie Silver, Divine Rivals, Mate by Hallie Hazelwood, Phantasmia by Kayla Smith, and Rewitch by Lucy Jane Wood. Whew, I can't believe it. It went a lot faster than I thought because I just wanted to like run through them really quickly. But yeah, that's my entire book collection. That, fingers crossed, there's not going to change for the next 6 months because I'm not planning to buy new books. I'm saying that now, I'm like, oh my god, what was I doing first thing this morning looking at books on Vinted? Vinted is like my kryptonite. If I go on there and I see a good deal, I just can't pass it up. It's actually really annoying. I've literally spent quite a lot of books buying the special edition I spoke to you guys about earlier, so I need to kind of like rein it in a little bit and actually read some books, which is why I've actually had to like sell some of my books because I feel like I need to like have some money coming in, which is like, it's like 2% of the money going out, if I'm being honest, but it's fine. It's just nice to kind of declutter a little bit. Anyway, so that's the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me talk about my amazing book collection. I'm really proud of the books I have. And yes, and if you've enjoyed this video, just give this video a like, say hello in the comments. I would love to speak to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.